Yo, baby, how y'all doing? Hey, family. Sometimes I'm in a silly mood. I'm talking about sometime. I'm in a silly mood most of the time. And that's a gift that God gave me. Because I handle things, for the most part, with laughter and silliness. And it gets me through. What's your superpower? Family, check this out. I was thinking about how we're so quick to give people advice when it comes to their marriages and stuff. And I just wanted to share this with y'all because it's very important to be impartial and to just listen. Because the bad thing about sharing information with what's going on in your marriage, it's one-sided. When, let's say, I call up someone and I start talking about the things that my man does that aggravate the crap out of me. And I'm telling them this stuff with such fervor, like, I'm heated about it. And it looks like it's a problem in our marriage. And I tell this person all of this stuff, and then they start giving me advice about what they think I should do, without even considering the man's part. And I was guilty of that when I was younger. I never gave anybody advice about what they should do. I never did that. But I took sides. We take sides, especially if the person that's complaining to us is closer to us than their partner, right? We take sides. And it's not fair because we know our family members or our friends in that perspective. Like, if it's my brother, he doesn't do anything to me. He treats me with the utmost respect, but he might not be doing that with his woman, right? So I can't judge their relationship based on my relationship with him. I can't say, well, no, my brother ain't that kind of guy, because it's two different relationships. He might be doing some horrible stuff to that girl, and that girl might be justified in her complaints and her issues with him. So if he calls me up and be complaining about her, my job is to say, boo, bruh, what you be doing to her? Because men love to say we be acting crazy. They always use that word in reference to us. She acting crazy. She here bugging out. They could rile us up, don't they? And then when you react, which we can control ourselves, we have to practice some self-control. But if we don't, they looking at you like, what's wrong with her? And they all calm and mild-mannered, right? And that infuriates us even more. So when, let's say, I'm not saying this happens. I have people talk to me about certain things that go on in their marriage, but they trust me because they know that I'm not going to be unfair. I don't judge because it's not my job to do that. And sometimes people just want a listening ear. Sometimes we need to vent, right? And I don't like people disparaging their partners. I don't like that, to be dogging your partner, because that's your choice, right? So that's a reflection of you. And your spouse is a part of you. Y'all are one. So it ain't good to just be dogging them out. Now, some people have some deep problems in their marriage. Yeah. I still would never tell somebody to divorce somebody. I'm always thinking of how to make it better. Did y'all try counseling? Did y'all pray? Because people always neglect to put God in their relationship. They neglect him. He's the last thing on their minds. Like, you ain't thinking about him when he's the greatest help, because he was the inventor of marriage. He invented marriage. So why would you exclude him from it? Right? But back to the topic, because I started out talking about giving advice. I be all over the place, y'all. Forgive me. Just run with me. Jog alongside me. Right? Initially, I was saying giving advice. Don't give people advice about their relationship unless you have full accounts of both sides, right? And they both agree that the other person is telling the truth. And if you witness it yourself. Because sometimes we have couples that be going bananas right in front of us and they argue and you be sitting there like, oh my God. You be feeling so uncomfortable. Like, could y'all calm down? Because like, I'm making me very uncomfortable. Sometimes things happen like that. But I'm just talking about overall interjecting in somebody's relationship. You don't ever have the full scope of things. Only God knows both sides. What pushed the person to do this? What pushed the person to do that? I don't think it's ever a good idea to tell somebody to leave their spouse. And it's funny because somebody very dear to me, she called me. This was years ago. I think we were in our early 30s at the time. And she was telling me situations about her husband. And they were serious situations. She wasn't dogging him. She was just explaining to me why she wanted to leave him, because it was issues that was like he didn't want to resolve. Some people are very stubborn. They don't even want to heal their marriage. And in that case, what do? You have to leave them, because you can't sit in a relationship and just be miserable. It's not fair. And when you have children witnessing that, that's just not cool, right? So as she was discussing certain things with me, I was listening. I just listened to her. I said, let me hear her out. And I could hear the hurt in her voice, the sorrow, because nobody gets married to get a divorce. And at that time, I was freshly separated from my husband. I'm not sure if we had gotten a divorce at that time or not, because it was so many years ago, I don't remember. But with being a single mom and the hurt that I was feeling with that, I would never tell her to leave her husband. I asked her, did they try everything they could possibly try? And she said to me, and this was key, she said, do you know you're the only person that said that? I said, what you mean? She said, everybody was saying, oh girl, you should leave him. I have never uttered those words out of my mouth to anybody. It don't seem right, and it isn't. It's not fair, because there's two sides to a story. And even if, let's say the person I'm referring to, right, she shared all this information about him. Guess what? If I sit down and talk to him, he's gonna share information about her as well. And so that's why it's unfair to just take one person's story and run with it, because you never know. You just never know. And my whole thing was, I'm concerned about the children. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. But they have to be led properly, family. They had to be led properly in order for them to lead. You can't lead if they don't know what they're doing, right? And so I think it's very important that our children have the best of both worlds. My tongue can't keep up with the brain, honey. That brain is going. Yes. So in order for them to have that, you got to keep them in mind. And sometimes we just get so angry, we forget about our children, and they are going to be jacked up adults. Hence, the reason why a lot of us are jacked up adults. We didn't have what we needed. We didn't get proper nurturing and training. We didn't see good examples of loving relationships. And so it spills over into our babies. Curses are passed down. This is how the curses get passed down. Bad habits, right? So the whole video, right? My purpose in this video, I went to the left, to the right, I went up, and I went down, I hit the corners. But the whole message in this video was, don't tell married people what to do. Don't do that. You really don't have any business in somebody's relationship. We're human, so we're going to call one another and chit-chat about certain things sometimes, just for a listening ear. Sometimes we need to vent and when we feel better. But do that with somebody who you can trust, somebody who has righteous information to share with you. Don't just share stuff with people that want to see you lose because they don't have anybody. And shocking as that may seem, you have friends that are jealous. Oh, he treating you like that, girl, you better leave him. And ignorant too, because a lot of young ladies, they don't know what they're talking about. Young ladies have their heads in a cloud somewhere. They don't know what they're talking about. Don't tell somebody what to do in their relationship. And what you have to know too is what I learned. Everybody's relationship, the dynamics in the relationship are different. And if it works for them, if they're fine with it, don't put your 2 cents in. Oh, you serve him his plate? Daggone right. I serve my husband his plate every time until I get tired. I be like, babe, go get yourself. But overall, I serve my man and I take pleasure doing it. That man takes good care of me, so why should I not take care of him? And you'll have another woman that think I'm doing too much. But guess what? Mind your business, sister. Because this is my business right here. Don't insert your nose where it don't belong. And we do that too much. Don't ever tell somebody to leave their man. And y'all brothers, don't be telling your brother man to leave his woman either. Or telling him to cheat, because y'all like to do that. Y'all encourage each other to do dumb stuff. Well, man, you get a little piece on the side. A little piece of what? Disease and disaster? She get pregnant or she crazy and start stalking the wife. Y'all encourage each other to do dumb stuff. Keep your noses out of other people's business. Mind your business. Mind your business, family. Be careful about that, because God is not pleased with that. That's not righteous behavior. A marriage is sacred. And though there's 2 people in the marriage who have issues and false, it's up to them. They got to work that out. They have to work that out. And if you're not giving good advice, then keep your mouth closed. I was really shocked when my dear, the person I was referring to, y'all don't want to say who she was or is, when she said I'm the only one that said that, I was like, what? Well, maybe I said it because I had the experience. I told her, I don't want to see another broken family. That mess ain't cute to me. All these broken families, I'm tired of that. That is not cute. Being a statistic, yet another statistic. Oh, the mother's running that house. That ain't the order of God. That's a mess. And the people involved, the children involved, the mother and the father, everybody is a mess because they're separated. There's no strength if you're not united. Right? Didn't they say divided we fall? Divided, our families fall apart and cause so many other issues. So I want y'all to recognize that and realize that. And I did, because I was suffering at the time when she called me being a single mom. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. My daughters didn't have everything they needed. They just had me. And guess what? I didn't create them by myself. So something is lacking. So when she was telling me that she was thinking of leaving him, I said, girl, do everything in your power to keep your husband. I know you mad at him. Do everything in your power. And she had 2 boys. I was like, them boys need their father. And she said I was the only one who told her that. I'm like, man, who's kind of people she talking to that would tell her, well, just leave him without trying to rectify the situation? That ain't the first thing you do. You don't just jump ship. It ain't like that. You won't gain no strength or any knowledge. Just jump ship when something go wrong a little bit, start rocking a little bit. You know, I'm jumping out. To go where? To do what? With who? Because most of us don't like to be alone. So what, you gonna meet somebody else and go through crap with them too? When that boat get rocky, you gonna jump ship and then what? Keep jumping from boat to boat, from ship to ship, jumping ship. All right, y'all, let me get off of this thing. I am so silly. Sir, you were not supposed to do that. He kept moving. Wow. All right, bro. God bless you, sir. God bless you. And your craziness. It's getting scary on these roads. Y'all be careful, because people are doing all kind of stuff. I'm like, why are you doing that? Why? And they have a lot of accidents in Georgia. Accidents that could have been prevented. All right, family. Peace, love, and blessings. I am here to pick up my boo, because he done worked out for hours. We left him at the gym, me and my daughter. He was like, I ain't ready to leave. So I'm just coming back for him. Stay out of married folks' business. Peace, love, and blessings, family.